Who thought news could be read in a poetic way? Can poetry and news go hand in hand? Have you ever thought of that? So I have someone who has actually thought over it and has deliberated and has made it actually possible. Please welcome on Unbox Learning, Shreyash Mudra. He has a wonderful channel named The Poetic News, and the first time I got to know about this idea of combining news and poem together, I was actually boggled. And to be frank, when I looked through the videos, I kind of felt that there is so much of imagination and creativity at play, and I think it's an interesting way through which children can also relate to poetry, how we can integrate poetry and news together. So these are two quite new, two quite opposing, very opposing concept. Poetry is highly imaginative. At the same time, news is very informative. It has to be crisp, it has to be accurate, to the point. It's all about facts. And poetry is something completely different. But the way, the rhythm, the pattern, everything is used, a beautiful amalgamation that I see, Shreyash, you have done in your videos. I was intrigued.
First of all, thank you for having me here on Unbox Learning with Surbhi. Just a brief introduction about myself. I am Shreyash Mudra, and as you rightly mentioned, I'm not a literature student. I am a production and industrial engineer and currently pursuing MBA from NITI Mumbai. So how did it start? Where did it start? The reason behind the Poetic News. So I remember it all started in the month of April when there was a lockdown and nobody could move around. Similarly, there were many thoughts that were coming in my brain, and I decided, why not pen down these thoughts in the form of a poem? And believe me, before April, I did not write anything in the form of blogs, in the form of poetry. There was nothing from my side. It all started in April. And from there on, writing 1, 2, and gradually improving and increasing day by day. In the month of June, while reading a newspaper, an idea stuck in my head that why not combine news and poetry? Because I also was looking for the right content, but in a simple and interesting way. And from there on, the journey of the Poetic News started, and it is improving day by day. So now the tips and the tricks and the takeaways the students can take from the Poetic News is that it has got two parts. Like, let's look at divide it into two parts. One is the news, the second is the poetry. Now the students in high school, in middle school, it is paramount to know about not only about what is happening in the nation but also globally.
I see this idea that you came up with. You actually executed it really well, and it is welcomed also. A lot of people are appreciating it, and I see your channel is growing very, very fast. But I really want you to share some tips through which students, middle school and high school students, are able to use the technique that you're using. What are the simple ways through which students can coin simple poems? What are the tricks? And I myself, I am an English teacher, but I still want to know from you, because you do not come from a literature background and you've been experimenting with poem, with rhythm and with meter. I want you to give us give my students some simple tricks.
Tells you about the economy, the political decisions that you are taking forward, and it is not only about the headlines. Now you should be interested in also knowing the why it is happening. You can connect the dots. So if, say, A is happening, A is connected with B, B is connected with C. Now if you can picturize these, you will be in a better position and know about why this event is also happening. Not only about what is happening in the event, you will also be knowing why is it happening. Now coming on to the poetry part, how do I do it? If I take my example, so it all starts with, there are many sources of information, be it the newspapers, be it the magazine, be it different channels. So first you need to collect all the information. Second, you need to analyze these information. Now what I mean by analysis of the information is, you need to pick out what is important from it, from the magazine, from the newspaper article, what is important. Now after you jot down these points, you can portray it in any way. Now for the students out there, I would say they can express themselves in any way, be it in the form of dance, be it in the form of a music, be it in the form of poetry. So the basic part, the crux remains the same, that is taking all the information, analyzing them, but the latter part I would leave it to the students. Whichever way they love, they can portray themselves. And believe me, I also did not know that poetry was made for me. Similarly, you can try out things and
I think that was really interesting. And how can we miss your poetic news? So let us, grip ourselves and have a look at Shreyash presenting the.
as per your request, presenting you the poetic news. Will online education be the new norm for the future generation? From a bookstore to a superstore, Amazon is all set to offer you more. Introducing Amazon Academy, which will allow students to prepare for competitive examinations now. On the web and Google Play Store, if you see, it is currently available for free. Meanwhile, many reports reveal Byju's will acquire Akash Institute for a $1 billion deal. Thank you. And I would like to end this conversation on this note that everything happens for a reason. So was this season for me. For all the students out there, please be kind. If you have anything in mind, please be kind. Just give it a start. Practice it. Do the hard work. Put all your efforts. And for sure, it will define your path. All the best to everyone out there. Take care of yourselves.
Shreyash, thank you so much for sparing your time and collaborating with Unbox Learning. I wish you all the luck, and I'm sure you are an inspiration to lots of people, and I'm sure the more it reaches to people of different segments, I'm sure this idea of yours will be appreciated. I wish you all the luck, and to the viewers, do subscribe, like and share the Poetic News, and don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to Unbox Learning too. Bye bye. Do tell me, if you liked this video, do comment. Would love to hear from you. Bye bye.